Lucii everybody, and welcome back to episode 40 of the LoofCast. I almost did the name thing again, but today we are here, me and Oof, as always, but we are joined by Swift, who is our first guest episode in, like, what, 8 months?
Yeah, something like that.
We haven't done a guest episode since, like, January, February of this year. It was, like, right before our hiatus.
It's fine.
It's fine. We'll start doing them some more.
Was it?
But,
wasn't it Swift? Actually,
I think it was Obi.
it was Obi. You're right.
Yeah, it was Obi, or it was Obi, or it was like one person right after Obi. But we're back, returning with guest episodes, and today we're actually here for a very special one, the TwitchCon debrief, because both me and Swift went, and we met up in person for the first time.
I'm poor, so I didn't go.
I'm also poor, but the good side is that the event is in a drivable distance to me.
Yeah.
Also,
it was either go to TwitchCon or go to an RLCS major, and I didn't really know what to. I kind of just picked the major because it was just happening then.
honestly, like, as long as you have fun, like, that's
I happen to have a place to stay a few states away. It's only like a 2-hour drive, so.
Yeah. Can we also talk about how Swift has said, like, exactly one word?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt anything. You know.
No. You're good. You're good now.
It's all
I'm
good.
always good.
But yes, how you doing today, Swift?
Let me tell you how I am doing today. I'm very sleepy. I cranked out all of my homework in one day because college homework is a mess.
It is a mess.
Yeah.
I'm very tired, but I also have some yummy coffee right next to me, so that's helping me out.
That's always a plus.
There you go.
But yeah, God, where do we start?
I was about to say this is your guys' story. I'm just here spectating.
Well, okay. I'll start this off because I had a longer trip than most people who went to TwitchCon. So I guess I'll start this off with mine. Now, TwitchCon happened...
talk about your...
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about your trip beforehand? Yeah.
That's what TwitchCon happened on, like, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. But I left the week before that. I left on Friday the 13th. Now, let me explain just how cursed this trip was before I go into, like, all the details. I left on a Friday the 13th at 3 a.m., the witching hour, for 13 days straight.
Nice.
It's a wonder that I didn't die. But
pretty ominous.
Literally. But basically, I ran it from Friday the 13th. I left my house at 3 a.m. So I woke up at like 1, or I woke up at like midnight, and then I just like got some final things done. I did a bit of editing, and I finalized some videos, and then I tossed my shit in my car, and I got on the road. And at 3 a.m., I booked it pretty much all the way down to LA. I know what you're thinking. Why'd you go to LA? TwitchCon was in Vegas. I'll tell you. So I actually went to volunteer for Legacy Youth Leadership, which is the sister charity to the Thirst Project. And I went down there to basically just say hi to the team, see everybody again, and also volunteer for an event, which was a great time, by the way. The event was amazing. It was their first time ever hosting a Legacy Ball fundraiser on its own without a separate type of event. And they did amazing. I absolutely loved, like, how they pulled it all off. It was great. I saw Seth again. I saw Luke, TJ. I saw everybody again. And I actually, this time, what was different is I got to visit the Thirst Project HQ, which was awesome. Nice. Yeah, I posted a photo of this on my Discord, and I'll put it up right here. But they have a World Changers wall there with a bunch of signatures, and I actually got to sign that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's so cool. But, yeah, so I've kind of officially left my mark there, which is really kind of awesome to think about, especially with what I have upcoming.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there is something I can kind of input here.
What we got?
The eclipse.
Oh, I have a great story add-on for that.
You do have a great story.
But the eclipse did happen, yeah. After the
The
Friday the
eclipse?
13th and me visiting the Thirst Project HQ, the next morning, that's when the eclipse happened. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I have some great news. It was a bright and sunny day in LA, and I left my fucking Airbnb to go and start helping setting up for the event. Now it's like 10 a.m. when I walk out, so it's like the height of the eclipse for where I am.
No, that was at 12,
Was it at 12?
I think. Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
at 12.
For where I was?
Yeah, because remember? Yeah, because remember I called you.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically, like, I left my Airbnb at like 10 or 11 a.m., somewhere along there. And the eclipse is already happening, so it's pretty bright. But at this point, I had forgotten. And if you remember in the last episode how I mentioned that I looked into an eclipse once before and I nearly blinded myself? Yeah, it's still a bad idea. And I know what you're thinking. Why did I look? I'll tell you. I leave my Airbnb, and my neighbor to the Airbnb has like a camera outside. He's in his front yard with his kid. And the dude looks at me and says, "Hey, check it out, eclipse." And I like an ADHD idiot, I look where he's pointing, right into the sun. um, I look right into the sun, and then both he and I realize what I've just done. He said, "No, don't look at it," and I like turn my head away. I'm like, "Okay, that fucking hurt." Um, I wasn't looking for like more than half a second, really. Still was not fun, but I mean, it could have been worse if I'd stared at it. But
Yeah,
I find it really
there's
funny
just,
how the first time I look at an eclipse, it's my own fault, and this time I didn't even do anything. My neighbor just pointed
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, look," and I fucking did.
Yeah, so it was about this point. I think it was like a couple hours after this. I called him
You called me like half an hour to
because
an hour later, I think, because I was still
yeah,
driving over to the
so
event.
yeah. So I call him because I'm not seeing most of the eclipse. I only see like I think it was 40-ish% where I'm at,
I thought
right?
it was much higher than that.
And I thought it was too. Apparently not.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. But I did get to still see it. I took some pictures. I guess if you want, Lucy, you can put them up. They're not
Hell
much
yeah.
to see. They're not much to see, but if you can't take a picture directly with it with the phone camera, so
Yeah, I
you
was
have
gonna
to
say
take
most
it with
people need like professional cameras and shit like that.
yeah, but you can catch the reflection. So you'll in this picture you'll see the sun, but then in right below it you'll see the shadow of the moon coming over it.
Yeah, that's still cool as
So
hell
I
though.
called. Yeah. Now, my dumbass thought it was a great idea and be like, "Hey, wait a minute. There's just clear ground on the floor in front of me in my yard. But why would I use that? I'm going to climb on top of my 25-foot roof."
Oh no.
Yeah, it went a lot better than I thought it was. I thought I was going to fall.
That's
And
fair.
pro tip, roofs are a lot steeper than you think.
They absolutely are.
There's not much grip. Please be careful if you're going on your roof.
Yeah, you do not want to play a game of fuck around and find out like that. It is not fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Then yeah, I called this
Very good.
idiot. He told me that story.
Yep.
And no, that was about it.
It was a great
I just
fucking
went
time
about
though.
my day.
It was really
Yeah.
funny though how it's like I've seen 2 eclipses in my entire life, and both times I've managed to blind myself by staring at them. Like, dude, I swear to God, the next eclipse we get, watch me actually lose my vision because somebody points at it again and I just stared at it for too long.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. But after that whole ordeal, I got to the venue. By the way, if you ever go to LA, make sure that you know exactly where you're going. Because fun fact, there are 2 addresses per building half the time.
Oh, good.
And now the reason I say that is because the roads are the exact same name, but you have, for example, if it's like Cienga Boulevard, right? You have N Cienga Boulevard and S Cienga Boulevard. That's north and south. And there can be the exact same street numbers on that. But unfortunately, my car's GPS can't differ between those. So it just picks a random one. So on my way over there, I got sent to the wrong fucking address, and then I had to turn around and go back 3 miles to the right one. But then I got to the event, all was well. I hung out with the crew for the day. I helped them set up everything. The event went off amazingly. I met some really cool people. And after that, I went home. Oh, also, Luke did take me to a bar on Friday. Shout out, Luke.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I do have a question since you did go to LA.
Yes.
And we play a lot of GTA. Well,
oh god.
I used to. You play more GTA than I do now. Did you recognize any places because you know the GTA map?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know LA better than I know GTA. So I recognize LA for LA, but I have seen some of the landmarks that are based in the game, and they are scarily similar.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there are a couple places there I know that are just like direct, like one-to-one landmarks of the game, basically. And that's the Santa Monica Pier, right? Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
So I keep screwing that up with like the Santa Maria Pier, and I'm like, that's not it. But yeah, the Santa Monica Pier, and then also, of course, the U.S. Bank building.
Of course.
But yeah, those are the two like that I can spot whenever I'm going around. But there's also like random little tidbit locations that I'll recognize basis off of. But yeah, after that, I woke up Sunday, and I headed out of the city, and I headed into Joshua Tree. Now, Joshua Tree was fun. Yeah, I went camping for 3 days to kill some time between my vacation.
That's right.
Yeah, I was killing some time between like the Legacy trip and then TwitchCon, because I had 3 days between my Airbnbs, and I did not want to drive back up to San Francisco for that time. So what I ended up doing was camping in Joshua Tree. Now, that was a disaster in itself, let me tell you, because I ran into coyotes while I was in my tent in the middle of the night. I also like set off my fucking car alarm and scared the shit out of my tent site one day, and then they were actually looking for who set off their car alarm. And if you're wondering how I set it off, it's because I have my keys attached to my belt, and I rolled over on them and hit the alarm button and set it off.
Nice.
So yeah, they were looking for me, and in the process of looking for me, they set off another person's car alarm, and then they stopped looking. So I was spared. It was really stupid, but yeah. On top of that, though, I spent the 3 nights in Joshua Tree. I didn't do a whole lot. I drove around, hiked a bit, went to a couple cafes in a nearby town, which was like 10 or 15 miles away, something like that. But yeah, I spent 3 days there, and then after that, I headed back into Vegas. I got to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have a great fucking story for y'all about this Airbnb, by the way. I have 2 great stories, actually. Now, one, I get to Vegas, and it's like 7 p.m. So it is pitch black out already, since, it's getting close to winter, sun goes down earlier. But it is like pitch black out when I pull into this Airbnb. Now, mind you, we don't have a singular Airbnb. This is like one building converted into 4 Airbnbs, and they're all separated. But there's one main parking area. So our section of the Airbnb has a garage, but we don't know that yet. So I pull in, and I park there, and I'm waiting for Worley. He's still like 10 minutes away or something like that. Now I park inside the gate, and it's a gated off parking area. And I get out of my car, and I turn around to look at the gate that I just left. There are now 4 people blocking the gate. And I'm thinking immediately, I'm going to get jumped. Because here's the thing. In San Francisco, if you go into a parking structure and 4 people suddenly block the gate in darkness, you are about to get mugged. Like, it's what I'd expect, right? And I mean, in Vegas, of all places, too, it's like, well, shit, what do I do? Now, I'm standing there.
Real quick, Lucy. My shit just broke. You keep telling your story. I'll be right back.
All right. But yeah, basically what happens is these 4 guys block the gate, and I just kind of start walking towards them, and they walk towards me a little bit. Because I think, like, where am I going to go, Right?
Yes,
like,
Lucy.
Yeah, but it's like, where am I going to go? So I just kind of walk towards them, and eventually they're like, hey, are you the locksmith? And I'm like, am I the what? And they're like, yeah, we called the Airbnb people. We asked for a locksmith because we're locked out of our residence. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. I'm staying in another Airbnb. And they're not connected, but we don't know this at the time. So we use the codes on my doors and get into my Airbnb, and they come in with me, which is in hindsight a really stupid idea. Like all four of them could have jumped me and robbed me at any point.
Yeah, it's over, bro.
Literally, but they were cool. But yeah, we go to my Airbnb, we take a look around. There's no way through into theirs, unfortunately, because all the Airbnbs are separated. But we head back outside, and I see a car coming down the road, and they're like, "Is that the locksmith?" And I'm like, "It might be, but it also might be my friend who I texted, who's arriving." And it turned out to be Worley, so he comes up, and I'm calling the Airbnb folks now, trying to get an ETA to locksmith. They're incredibly rude about it. But yeah, basically what had happened was the locksmith then showed up a little bit later. Worley and I went into the residence, put our shit down, and then we went to pick up Reborn from the airport. And then we picked up Reborn. He scared the ever-loving hell out of me because he managed to sneak around us while we were waiting for him. But
oh, dude, what?
yeah, we were staring at the thing, but we were a distance away in baggage claim because we didn't want to like crowd the area. And Reborn got off on like the very side escalator and walked all the way around because he saw us.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he scared the hell out of me. And then we went back to the Airbnb for the night, crashed, and yeah, we vibed for a bit. Thursday was badge pickup.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday was good. I ran into Swift. It was good. We vibed. We hung out for about 4 hours that day, driving around just in the LA traffic, or the Las Vegas traffic. And then we had to drop Swift off to go to do the Saw escape room, but it ended up not going well because they only had like 2 people in their group.
It was just me and my mother. And,
literally, yeah. That was it.
Let's just say we didn't make it very far before she decided she didn't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we don't have to do it. And then we left. But it's okay because part 2 in a bit. We'll get to that.
There was a part 2, yes. There was a part 2.
Oh boy.
It was a great time, but yeah. So they did that Thursday night, and then Friday night, Friday was the first day of the convention. Now, I just want to preface saying that it was absolutely fucking awesome. I got to see so many people I've never seen before. I saw Swift, Pancakes, Reborn. I had never met those 3 before, like this vacation, and then I saw Worley again, who I met for the first time last year, which was an awesome time. I got to meet so many new people, and actually, fun fact for all you podcast listeners out there, I talked to 4 businesses while I was at TwitchCon, and I actually got 4 of them on board in possibly joining this podcast. All right. But yeah, TwitchCon day 1 was awesome. We did a lot. And then after, we actually went with Pan and her family. We went and got sushi, and then we all did an escape room together. It was Scooby-Doo themed, which was really fun. It was also incredibly confusing, but we got out with, I believe, 13 minutes to spare. It was like 42:07 on the timer or something like that, or 43:0 something. I'll put the official time like right here, but we got out in time. It was awesome. And then we all got out of that area at like midnight, and we all went to our Airbnbs and got back and met in the convention on Saturday. And that was fun. But we vibed for a bit there. We had some fun. I'm trying to remember what we did Saturday. Fuck. We went to some of the MCC stuff, or I went with Swift, and then we did some other stuff. I'm like, my brain is like shut down trying to remember. I've been editing so much the past couple days. But we did that.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night, we had the 3rd day at TwitchCon where Swift and I did some stuff at the Invincible Amazon Prime booth. That was fun. We got up on stage and performed some stuff together as a team, the dream team. But after that, we did the Saw escape room at 8 p.m. on Sunday, which was awesome. And that was initially just going to be me, Worley, and Reborn. Because we didn't have anyone else who wanted to join. And then since Swift didn't get very far, they still wanted to do it again. So we brought Swift into the group, and then Swift's friend Dark joined us, and it was an awesome time. We got everybody in there. It was horrifying, but surprisingly, we actually escaped. Hello.
Sorry for the interruption.
It's all good. I was telling the story of the Saw escape room. But
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I was just getting into it. But yeah, we had Swift and Dark join us. So it was 5 of us plus a couple randoms. But it was an awesome escape room. We didn't get out of all of the rooms because there's multiple rooms where you get like a 6 to 9 minute time frame. and that's what makes up your hour. So I think we failed one of the rooms, and then all the other ones we got out with like a few seconds to spare.
I think that one, that one room where you do align the laser with the mirror.
Yeah, that one we got out with like a second and a half to spare.
I think that was like, what was her name? Bailey. I think Bailey just kind of. That was our like tour guide. She was an actor.
Yes,
I'm pretty
Bailey's
sure
not
she
her
just
actual
kind of
name,
like
by the way. Before anyone's like, "Oh, you're
I
doxing,"
think
you're like,
she
"No."
let us out at like the last second. I think that's kind of like she just knew it because I think she knew we weren't gonna make it.
Yeah, we were definitely not making that one, but she gave us like the solution like right at the very end there because we were about to fail the room.
Actual legend.
Yeah, no, she was awesome. She was amazing. But yeah, we ended up going through that, which was a great time. And then there was another room that we just failed straight up because one of the clues was something that we couldn't even fathom. And I'm not going to spoil anything because, if you want to experience the Saw escape room, do it yourself. I don't want to spoil anything for them. But it was a great time. And then the final room was probably the most terrifying. If any of you have ever seen the, I don't remember what Saw movie this is, but it's the one where the doctor.
It was from the first one.
First one, yeah, the one with the doctors. Yeah, the doctor's trapped in the bathroom with the guy. They had that. It was like almost a match to the original set too, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, we actually ended up escaping from that room with time to spare. And I'm not going to spoil exactly when this happens, but there's a scene in there where you get chased down a long hallway. And it was really funny because everything went wrong at that moment. So two randoms walk out ahead of me following Bailey through the hallway. And then I follow out. And I'm the third person in line. Now, not everybody is out of the previous room yet.
I'm behind Lucy, for context.
Yeah, not everybody's out of the previous room yet. So I just got into the hallway and everybody else is still in the room behind me about to exit. And that's when Bailey points behind me and screams. And I turn around instinctively. Like, I'm not scared yet that she's screaming because she's been doing that a lot. So, it's her job. But I turn around and I see this fucker with a butcher's knife in a butcher's outfit and a pig mask. And
no, didn't he have the taser stick? I thought
he had a knife. I could be wrong. But
no,
he did have the taser stick. He did have the taser stick.
Yeah.
Because Dark told me that as well because he shocked it towards them.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about that, but I think you're leading up to it anyway.
Yes, but basically, I turn around, see the guy, and I just I scream out to the rest of the group. I'm like, run, and I take off down the hallway. Now Bailey and the other two ahead of me are sprinting already, so I take off running. And I'm not even sure if the rest of the group made it past the guy, but I'm sprinting because I'm like, fuck this, I'm not dying today. And the best part is there's 3 turns in that hallway, and on the second one, I about ate shit because I slipped on the floor. I went to turn, my shoes don't have that good a tread on them, so as soon as I did, my foot just yeet, and I hit the wall. Yeah, it was not fun. I almost twisted my ankle because I slipped. I hit the wall, and I was like, okay, I gotta keep going. So after slipping, hitting the wall, I had to continue sprinting down the hallway, which was great. But it was really fun. But
yeah,
they had the taser sticks that Swift mentioned, by the way. Horrifying. But it's basically these little light sticks that act like those 1960 era tasers they used to use in prisons, where the long sticks and they would stab you with them. They wouldn't actually stab you, but they would prod you with it and tase you.
I want to talk about that last hallway really quick.
Yes.
So as we're running down it, I'm behind Lucy, but he's a bit further ahead of me. And I start running, and Dark is right behind me, right? And Dark pushes himself in front of me, and not in a heroic way, oh, I'm gonna protect you, in I'm trying to get ahead of you so I can get the heck out of here, bro.
Just in a move, you're dying first, bitch.
And then after that, maybe 3 seconds after that happened, Dark proceeded to drop his phone and had to go back and get it.
Yep. Dark was telling me after we had escaped the room that once that had happened, he'd sprinted ahead, but the phone hit the ground, so he turned around to go grab it. But when he got there, the best part about it was the fact that The best part about it is he said that the fucking guy was standing right above them and just like shocking the thing, and it's like while Dark grabbed their phone and then took off again. I do love that though, how like they just pushed ahead. He was like, "Fuck it, move."
Yeah.
Nah, Dark is awesome, but
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, that was a great part of the escape room. And then yeah, we got out, which was awesome. But I think this is one of the best things. The escape room technically starts like the second you get to the building, because they have a guy at the gate outside who's dressed as a cop. He welcomes everybody in and like checks you in and like gets you inside when it's your time. But he had one of those sticks too, which I didn't notice on the way in. Somebody else did, but no one was thinking about it because we were all scared out of our minds after the escape room. But as we're walking out, he points it towards my legs and shocks it, which, like, you know, the actual stick like lights up and makes a bunch of like snapping noises, but it scared the ever-loving fuck out of me. Because like,
Swift, it was really
Swift
funny.
can attest to it, yeah. Because I'm the closest one to him, and he points at my legs, shocks it, and I like jumped like 10 feet high pretty much as we're walking back to my car. It was a great time. But yeah, after that, we dropped Swift and Dark off at their hotels. Dark flew home the next day. Swift spent the next day in Vegas with family, and then went home on Tuesday. Reborn, Worley, and we didn't do a whole lot. On Monday night, we actually went to a trampoline park just for fun. And then Monday night, Worley headed home. He lives in Vegas, for context, so he just went back to his house to get a couple days rest before work again. And Reborn and I chilled in the Airbnb until Wednesday when we left at like 4 a.m. I went to drop him off, and then I started my drive back. It was fun though. I will say the drive back was an utter nightmare, and you'll see this in the vlog I have coming. But the reason being, the reason it was an utter nightmare was because it was a 15-hour drive, and I got lost.
You got lost. Wait.
Yes.
I don't remember this happening. So you wanna elaborate for me?
Yes.
I actually remember you getting lost.
Yeah, because
I
here's how
called
it
you in the
goes,
middle
right?
of it.
Now, the roads through Death Valley were shut down the day I was leaving, because I think like damage, like it was either heat advisory, flood, or damage or something. But I couldn't go through them, so I had two ways of going home, and it was either go 4 hours southwest to LA, and then like 9 hours up the 5, which I didn't want to do, because the 5 is an incredibly boring highway for those who don't know. It's literally just a straight road for like 9 hours going up the entire state of California, and you stare at like just yellow grass the whole time. I wish I was kidding.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, boring as shit. Now, the drive I've never done is the drive from Tahoe to Vegas. And I said, fuck it. I want to go through Lake Tahoe because I want some scenery. I want to enjoy some stuff. And it was a beautiful drive. I start driving up Nevada, and it's like, it's kind of similar to the 5. It's like mostly straight roads, and I'm in the desert. But the good news is I get like all these beautiful rock formations and things around me, these beautiful like cliff faces, just amazing nature. And I keep driving. Now, eventually my GPS takes me off of like the highway that I'm on, and I lose cell service. So I'm out here with no connection all of a sudden, and my GPS takes me into California. So the only reason I know I crossed into California was because while I was driving, I hit this agricultural checkpoint. He's like, "Welcome to the border, California. Just wanted to make sure you have no plants or anything." And I'm like, "Nope, you can check the trunk if you want." And he said, "You're good to go." And I went into California, and I was like, "Okay, if I'm already crossing into California, that means I'm way past where I should be for Tahoe." So I have no idea where I am. So I drive up that road for like another 3 miles, and I take the first right I can to keep going north. Since, you know, if I'm going west, obviously you need to go take a right to go north. And I end up driving on these weird-ass roads. There are no turnoffs for the rest of this damn highway, by the way. And I have no idea where I am. I can't get cell service to check where I am. I'm just fucked. So I'm driving up this desolate highway and everything like that, and I'm like seeing more greenery and more nature, and I'm like, okay, I'm climbing an altitude. And as I'm doing this, I start to question like what national park I'm getting close to. And that's when my question gets answered after like an hour or two. And I roll to a gate of a national park, and there's no other way through here for me. Now, the gate that I rolled up to was the eastern gate of Yosemite National Park. Now, for context, I'll put a photo of a map here. Yosemite and Tahoe are not anywhere close to each other, if you can tell from this.
No.
So I am maybe like over 100 miles from Tahoe, at least another hour or two away. But I'm at the gate to Yosemite, which is not where I was trying to go. But I say fuck it, and I go into Yosemite anyways because I know my way home from there. So I drove through Yosemite. I visited a camp up there, Camp Mather, that I used to go to as a kid. Filmed the ending of my vlog there, and then I got on the road to go home. Oh, hello. But
Accident. Keep going.
it's all good. But yeah, no, I got on the road to go home. It was another 4-hour drive from Yosemite. That turned into about 6 hours because once I got to the Bay Area, I got to the Bay Bridge. And it was packed in standstill traffic. Now, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the glorious anger that I was in while in that traffic for an hour and a half. It was honestly pretty entertaining, but that was about the end of my road trip there. I got home, I passed the fuck out, and then I went to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the kind of extent of my TwitchCon trip.
Swift, before I say anything, Swift, do you have anything to add to your part of the story?
Well, there was a bit I was gone, so I might have missed some, but for it being my first TwitchCon, I thought it was great, and I highly, if it's something you're interested in, I would say lock in, save up, and go. I almost oh my gosh, I almost hit my soda off. I was so when I said lock in, I like moved my hand and I smacked my soda. That was almost very bad.
That would have been really bad. But yeah, no, I
Yeah.
100% agree with that. Like, if it's something you want to do, like, even if it's not TwitchCon, if it's just conventions in general you want to go to, like, save up, go for it. They are so incredibly fun. And I mean, I mentioned this at a point in my vlog, and I mentioned this like 8 times to the people I was with there, so I'm sure they're probably sick of hearing about it. But there's something so awesome to me about being able, like, once in my life, or sorry, once a year for me, pretty much. There's something so awesome about me being able to just be in a place with 20,000 other people who just understand me. Like,
Yeah.
20,000 people who just like understand the content grind, understand streaming, understand why I love it and why I want to do it. And like nobody's there to like nag or bitch and like say like, "Oh, why are you doing this? You're taking way too much time," and anything like that. Because I've experienced friends, family, and like even like just other teachers and people say that. Like I've had people all my life tell me I'm wasting my time on it, and I'm like, all right, well, that's your fucking opinion. And I've had people complain that I'm like doing it, and it's like it's nice to just for once in my life to kind of be in a setting where people just get me, and I don't have to worry about like someone getting angry the fact that I'm working on it or the fact that I'm doing things.
See, here's the thing. All right, I agree with both of you. If you guys want to go, I've never been to a TwitchCon. I've only been to 2 different conventions. I guess one of them really isn't a convention. I've been to an esports major, and I've
I'd say
been
that counts.
to basically an anime convention here in my area. Right. The only thing that stops me from going to conventions, because now with the new job that I'm getting, I actually might have the funds to go take a trip out there. Because let's be honest, it's probably going to be in San Diego. Let's be honest. Only thing stopping me.
You see the joke that he made, that the CEO of Twitch made. The CEO of Twitch made a joke saying they were going to host it in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
Dude, so many people
Ohio.
So many people, including me, thought it was real because somebody posted an out of context clip where it was not the joke, but just him saying, "Yeah, we're gonna host it in Dayton, Ohio."
Nice.
And I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah. There are 2 things. There are 2 things really that stop me from going nowadays. One, I've never been to the West Coast, like ever.
Yeah, that's valid.
The farthest I've been is Denver. But that was, oh God, that was 13 years ago already. Oh my God. Anyways, and number 2, social anxiety. You see, I would be fine with you guys sitting in a room with 20,000 people.
Terrifying. Here's the thing.
I don't know about that.
Here's the thing. That's like, I'll say something about that as well. Like, I am honestly very kind of nervous to see like if my channel like ever grows to a point where people recognize me in public, I'm honestly kind of scared to go to conventions at that point, and I'll tell you why. I had a panic attack getting recognized in an Apex match. Can you imagine what would happen if I was walking around a convention and like 3 people run up to me and are like, "Oh my god, you're LuciKOH." Like,
Yep.
I would probably pass out, and that's not a joke.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think I've told this story on the podcast before, but I'll really quickly recap the story of me getting recognized in an Apex match. I loaded into a match. This is when I was still under my Slayer versus Gaming title, but I'm just gonna like throw in LuciKOH just because that's who I am now. But this was after I had uploaded my Outlast 2 series to YouTube. And the guy just goes, "Yo, is that the real LuciKOH?" And I was like, yeah.
Excuse me.
Like like at first I think he's fucking with me because I'm like, yeah, I guess. And he says, "Dude, I watched your Outlast series. It was awesome." And I was like, oh,
What?
like
No, he's serious.
like, yeah, because as soon as he says that, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then and then like the reality of it hits me. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And he's like, yeah, dude, it was great. And I was like, thanks. Nobody said a word for the rest of the match. I shit you not.
See,
Everybody had an open mic. Oh, not an open mic. Sorry. Everybody had a microphone on. Nobody said a word after that.
You see, I feel as though that's gonna happen in my area soon, because you see, my Google account, right? My Google name is me. It's This Is Oof.
Yeah.
Right. So every time I order food,
Oh
I
God.
sign in through Google. So it just says, order off This Is Oof, and I'm like, I hate it every time.
Yep.
Every time I hate it. But I know one day someone is gonna do their research, and it's gonna be like, who is this Is Oof guy? And I'm gonna have one random guy in chat being like, "Hey man,
I delivered
loved
your
when you
food.
ordered a 10-piece nuggets with
I made you
medium
food.
fry and a sweet tea."
Yep. No, dude, it's like, it's one thing I'm consistently like terrified of is just being recognized in public. Because like, here's the thing. I've always made content in like the way, it's just in a way of like, I want to make people's days better. I want to make people smile and laugh. And it's like, it's a thing that I want to do. But the reality that like comes with the territory of like people wanting to meet me like IRL at conventions, or like people just kind of seeing me and recognizing me in public, it's like the reality of that is terrifying to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, will I deal with it if the time ever comes for it? Absolutely I will, but like, it's gonna be so like just nerve-wracking for me for like the first like year or two until I get used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, it'll be interesting. But I mean, yeah, just recapping TwitchCon, it was such a great trip this year. I absolutely loved it. And I mean, I will say, although I dislike like, you know, the Vegas area aspect of it, the convention was amazing despite the fact the city was like kind of traffic nightmare and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a horrible location for it. It's not a horrible location for it. Like, I would not want to go back to it again, because I mean, the heat waves there are not fun, especially after you've been walking to the convention hall all day and then you head right out. But I mean, it's not bad by any means. Like, it was a great convention. The hall was honestly perfect. But I wouldn't mind if they took it kind of back into California, because Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, did mention that they want to find like a permanent home for it. And given the fact they've done it more in San Diego than anywhere else, I think that's probably where they're going to put its final home.
Well, it sounds like it was way less. It definitely wasn't a disaster like it was last year. Because that's
True.
that's one of the main reasons that discouraged me from going this year. Because last year was, oh my God.
Yeah. And I want to state, last year was not the fault of the San Diego Convention Center or their staff. Last year was entirely the fault of some of the booths there. Namely, one was the some of the MCYTs, like the Dream group and all that, or whatever they are. I don't remember all the names, but they had a panel there, and that was a nightmare. And it actually caused a pretty big fucking disaster within the center. But yeah, that one was a disaster. But yeah, I mean, 2019 TwitchCon was awesome. They had a great time at the San Diego Center. So I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them bring it back there. They just need to like devise systems there to like make sure it all goes well. And I mean, it seems like Dan Clancy is really taking it all in like the best direction he can. Because I mean, I've seen some of the stuff he's been doing recently. He's been really transparent on like Twitter about things, and like kind of educating people where they don't know enough. And then also at the same time, like he's been answering like panels, getting on podcasts, and he even had like a Q&A panel at the convention to kind of answer questions from just affiliates and partners all around, which we attended. And it's an awesome time. I mean, it's really nice to kind of see some transparency from him. Especially when other streaming platforms can't do that.
No.
Yeah, I'm taking a dig at one in particular.
Can we just talk about? I know you made a tweet on it. Or
Yeah.
was it? I think it was
Oh,
yesterday.
are we gonna say names?
Can we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we don't.
All right,
put shit on
we're
this
calling them
podcast,
out. I
okay?
made a post on this yesterday, and I have some shit to say. Kick needs to get Twitch out of their fucking head.
Bro, get off of their nuts, please.
Literally.
Like, for Christ's sake.
I made a tweet about this because every other day I'm seeing a tweet from Kick that says something along the lines of, imagine only having 50% sub revenue, or like, how scary is that? And like, they also posted a tweet at one point, which was like a fill in the blank, and they said, it was like, ditch blank, and then something blank, but it was supposed to be like a rhyme of like, ditch Twitch, something Kick. And I don't remember what it was, but like, every day they post something like that. And it's like, I can't imagine the fact that your only branding is your ability to diss like your competitor. Like, I get it. You know, there's some brands that like do that for fun once in a blue moon and stuff. And it's entertaining to see like the healthy competition, you know, when they're like lightly having that fun. But Kick is literally only focused on like on Twitch. And I mean this with the full amount of disrespect that I can say. For a platform that does not moderate itself and allows its top streamer to be one of the most racist, transphobic, homophobic, God knows, you name it, people I've ever seen in the field of content creation, you guys really have a lot of shit to talk. Like,
yeah, you see,
like your top.
That's the thing.
Not to mention. Well,
Go
hang
ahead.
on. Not to mention, their top streamer, Aiden Ross, the homophobic, transphobic idiot that I just talked about, literally went to the convention in a bunch of Kick merch with a group of people from Kick to try and like do some shit there, and he got kicked out immediately from TwitchCon.
Oh man, I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Crazy.
Like, the idiot got himself kicked out, and the whole time, you know what the best part is? There's video of him asking the security guard repeatedly, well, I just want to know what I did. And I'm like, are you that stupid?
You know what you did.
Yeah.
You know what you did. Don't play stupid.
But
See,
yeah.
here's my thing. I can never, ever stream on Twitch. On Kick. I can never stream on Kick. You want to know why? Okay. Let me tell you a little story. I used to set my profile picture on Ubisoft as me staring deeply into the camera. Okay?
Yep, I remember this story.
Maybe like the nice little death stare, right? I had to change it after a week. I had to change it. You want to know why?
Racism.
Because every single lobby I would get in, one of my teammates would call me a racial slur.
Yep. And here's the
thing. So now could I imagine
Kick,
going on a platform that just allows that?
Literally.
That just makes no sense to me.
And
sorry,
I want to say this. I want to say this right now too. Before anybody says, "Oh, it's not allowed. It's against their TOS." They don't moderate their TOS. They haven't. And I mean, until you show me proof that they actually do, they don't. Like, their top streamer is literally a guy who said some of the most racist and homophobic things, and they allow him to stay on their platform representing them. And also on top of that, they don't moderate.
Not to mention Sneeko is still on there.
True, Sneeko. But also, it's like at the same time, it's like, they don't moderate anything. Even their chats out there are like a goddamn nightmare. And it's like, okay, I don't care what you think about Twitch. Like, you know, hate the 50-50 sub split all you want. But at the same time, I would rather be paid a little less and have a good community on a platform that actually kind of works with streamers occasionally than a platform who doesn't listen to anybody, blatantly allows like minorities and a bunch of other groups to be hurt, and then also just doesn't care and then claims they do. Like, literally, Kick's only branding thing, like, I'm gonna say this, Kick could actually be a pretty good platform if they actually gave a shit about their streamers or their platform. And nobody
agree.
can convince me otherwise that they actually do care. Because if they did, they would stop putting money into posting every day about how bad Twitch is and actually focus on improving their hellhole of a platform. Because it is a goddamn nightmare. Not to mention, I'm like 90% sure the base code they have for their website was stolen from Twitch.
Like it reminds me of like it's like the Twitter of streaming platforms.
Yeah.
You could just spew out whatever garbage you want. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that all Kick streamers are garbage. It's not
Here's the thing.
true.
We're not
There
saying
are
the
some
streamers.
good
We're
people
calling
on
out the
there.
platform.
Yeah, the platform sucks. I'm sorry. I
Like,
don't care
you
how
can-
much the split is.
Yeah, like you can choose whatever like you want to stream on. Like we're not going to judge you for picking a place to stream, but what we're saying is that Kick as a platform is what sucks. You can stream on Kick and be a fine person, but the platform itself is a piece of shit. And I mean, it's the fact they just allow all of this and let it all happen, and then they just don't care.
Yeah, it's true.
Like they're basically just slowly becoming a site for like racists, homophobes, transphobes, God knows what else. But yeah, like that's just kind of what they want on their site. And I mean, you can say otherwise, but the evidence is pretty blatant that that's all they care about. Like they don't care enough about like protecting minorities, and that's what they want their site to become.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
hey, you, Kick fanboy like 84 in the chat, typing anything? You're wrong.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Until they have like actual moderation and they enforce their TOS, I will never consider streaming on that platform. I started because Twitch dropped their exclusivity clause.
Yeah.
Of course, it didn't apply to me because I'm an affiliate, but still,
It did apply to
I
us.
didn't want to risk it anyway. It did?
It applied
That's
to
what I
affiliates.
thought it did.
Anybody who was contracted
Okay.
on Twitch, it applied to. If you were not an affiliate and just a
You wanna know
community
why?
member.
You want to know why I was confused? Because Maz did it all the time. He's done it this whole time.
Oh, I
just
know.
has not
The good
given a
news
shit.
is that like he's a small enough streamer that he goes under the radar for it, which is nice.
Yeah. So
'Cause-
now I've started streaming. I wanted to stream on multiple platforms, not because like, oh, I just want I want a bigger audience. No, I just want other places to put my things.
Yeah,
Not
like
only
once I
that-
get to the place on TikTok, I'm gonna start streaming on TikTok too.
Yeah, like the biggest reason I started streaming on YouTube as well was because whenever I have footage that goes up to YouTube, it's automatically saved onto my channel. Unlike Twitch, where it will be deleted after 30 days.
Yep.
Pro tip: you want a free drive to like store all your footage. Okay, download your Twitch VOD before it goes away. Upload it to YouTube and make it a private video. You now have
that's
an
your storage.
unlimited storage. You have an unlimited storage thing. The only issue is if you re-download it, it does compress it more. It's the only
Yes.
problem.
But it's still an awesome thing to do. But yeah, I mean, yeah, when it comes to Kick, that's just kind of that's going to be their downfall eventually. Like, I'm going to end it off with this. Like, that platform is the next Mixer. It's going to crash and burn, and it's only a matter of time. And unless Kick actually cares to try and fix the problems on their platform, eventually that site is going to crash and burn. And I mean, there's nothing they can do once it happens. Like, they're fucked at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Best of luck to them. If they end up figuring it out and like actually stop, hating on a singular platform and putting work into theirs, I wish them luck. If they don't, have fun crashing and burning. It's going to be an entertaining fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any more like news or anything.
I'm also out of things to say. We're at
I have something.
hit us.
Okay.
So, it's today, the day of filming, is November 2nd. And
Yes.
I'm sure you guys have probably seen it, but this is something I want to talk about on the podcast. On November
Mhm.
3rd, the OG Fortnite map is coming back for a month.
I
believe.
heard about that.
And I am
Yeah.
so excited.
Here's my thing, okay?
Let's hear it.
I thought about it for a split second. Oh, I did not mean to flick you off there. My bad.
It's okay.
For a
Hey,
split
fuck you.
second.
Fuck you.
Hey, fuck you.
I can't do it.
Fuck you. All right. But for a split second, I thought, oh, maybe that would be fun. You want to know why I'm not?
Why is that?
Well, number one, the reason I quit Fortnite is because there's 4 dents in my wall around my room for me throwing my controller. I had some anger issues because of that game.
I feel like a lot of people did.
A. B. Everyone kind of forgets that, sure, it's the same map. It'll be the OG map. It ain't the OG players.
That's true, but they do
They're
have...
still gonna... Huh.
They have no build mode. That's what I play, because I play Fortnite pretty much.
I would play no build if I played that. I can't handle the building in that game, so it drives me insane. Because people are the sweatiest motherfuckers in that mode.
Absolutely.
Because I was about to say, if you play in build mode, you're still playing the sweaty nerds who've been playing this game since it released.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, to me, that's not fun.
It's not.
It's just
That's
not.
why anytime I play the game, if like a friend asks me to join in, like my immediate thing is it's no build or I'm not playing. Like I can't do it against like the sweats. I will have a breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I do have something to talk about. We'll finish this discussion, but I have something to talk about.
So do I actually, because something just crossed my mind too.
That's mostly everything. I'm just very excited, and I can't wait to see how everything turns out.
That's valid. It's going to be interesting. But
it will be nostalgic to see the old places again. I used to love dropping. Factory was my domain. All right.
I used to go Dusty Depot every time.
Yeah.
Go Tilted or go home, buddy.
Hell nah. I would get sunned on like my descent.
No, I really liked the I can't remember the name of it. It was on the left side of the map, next to like the spooky area. It was a few houses.
Goo Lagoon.
Like,
oh no! I know
Lake.
exactly what he's talking about. No. It's just a separate unnamed. It's a separate.
Was it the unnamed haunted house?
I know exactly.
Was that unnamed house?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was a few houses. It was like, yeah, it was a few houses.
I remember
really
what you're
liked
talking
that place.
about.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be fun. And I will say, you want to go? Well, how long's your thing gonna be?
Oh, I want to talk about the game that's in a beta right now. It's about to end.
That's fair. We'll do that. But also, real quick, I'm gonna mention something.
Go ahead.
The FNAF movie is released.
Have any of you seen it?
Oh yeah.
No, but I want to.
Haven't.
And I mean, I'll say this right now before anybody like calls me on this. I've not played the games. I'm not a fan of them. I don't know anything about the lore. However, I do want to see the movie specifically for Matthew Lillard.
Oh yeah, I think obviously no spoilers. I'm not going to give any. I think it was a good movie on its own, but I think it was weird how they did the lore, because I know it's its
I've heard
own
it
thing.
doesn't
It's
match
not
it
like,
up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be connected to the games, but it's weird when they use stuff from the games and change it when it's not supposed to be connected. It was a bit confusing, but it was still a pretty good movie, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, like, I understand why they used some stuff from the games and changed it, and that's just probably because, like, you know, they need, like, to link it somehow, because it's, like, they can't just build an entire new lore set, I guess. Like, they need a little bit of inspiration from it, but yeah.
Now, question, Swift.
Yeah.
Should I go see it in theaters, or can I just stream it?
I would go to theaters if you're going with friends. Otherwise, I would just stream it. Because
that's why I'm probably going to stream it, because if I go alone, I know it's probably going to be me and then an army of 12-year-olds. And I don't want to do
wasn't bad. I did get asked to purchase alcohol for a group, even though I am just 18. But other than that, it was a fine experience.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this will probably be the last thing we talk about.
It will be, yes.
And I know you two haven't played it yet. But the finals has returned in an open beta.
I have it installed. I'm gonna fucking do it.
My goodness, it is the most glorious game on the planet. Well, mark my words right now. when that game becomes a major esport, it will pass CS. Mark my words on this day.
It
I'm
fucking
calling
better.
it right now. It is so good. If you don't know what the game is, to kind of give you like a basis of it, you guys remember the culling from back in the day? It's kind of like that style of like arena announcement base, except it has old battlefield destruction. Everything is destructible. You can blow up any part of the map except for the floor. And when I mean the floor, I mean like the actual floor of the map. You can blow up like an entire building and bring it down all down.
Joke's on y'all.
So
I'm
much
going to
fun.
remove the map from existence.
And you'd think a lot of people think that some of the weapons are unbalanced. I really don't. I think everything, the way that they're kind of doing it is kind of like how
Well,
I don't even like mentioning this game, but it's kind of like how Overwatch is, where they have everything is broken, so nothing is broken, right?
yeah, it's fair.
It's kind of like that. Anything can be good.
I
Any
will
weapon
say
can
as
be
well, I feel like no matter what game you have, like if it's like PvP related, there's always going to be some group of players complaining that something is OP or broken.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
it doesn't even matter if everything's perfectly balanced. Like there's always going to be that like small group of players that's bitching about it.
Yeah. I just love the very, very interesting people in their Discord server. Like the day before it launched, the night before, this guy asked. I got into a little tizzy with some people, we'll call it. Where this guy asked, he was like, will the game run on a 6700 XT and a what was it, a 1200 a 12600K and 16 gigs of RAM? And I was like, well, yeah, no problem. Game will run at 165 FPS, right? This one guy immediately types, not from what I've played in the closed beta. It seems to not play. It seems that the FPS is not that good. When I've played on a worse system than that and have never had a problem with performance, like ever.
You gotta love keyboard warriors.
And I'm like, you're wrong. I'm like, brother, you're wrong. I've ran it on this system, yada, 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 and it works perfectly fine. And he's like, but 1080p is easy. Oh.
No, the fuck it's not.
No, first off, no, it's not. Second off, sorry, I don't have $300 to spend on a monitor. Sorry.
Literally.
Don't have it.
Speaking of games, though, as well, one thing I am upset of. You remember Hyenas that I told you about?
I know. It got shut down.
Sad. I'm so sad.
Fuck
you, Sega.
You know why, though? Yeah, I was about to say, it's because Sega didn't want to put any money into it.
Oh, I know. Because here's the thing. The Hyenas team loved it. They were like, hey, we really want to do this game. And like they informed us that Sega basically said, nah, fuck it.
Here's the thing, though. I will say this about Hyenas. Now, I never played it, so this is coming from an outside perspective of watching him play it and kind of seeing clips of it. It looked a little eerily similar to the finals. I won't lie.
No, it did.
I know it probably had different things, but it looked a little too close.
When did the final start getting developed?
About when did the first closed beta? This is the second closed beta. Here, I'll do my research. You keep talking.
Okay. The only reason I ask is because like Hyenas was debuted at last year's TwitchCon. But yeah, I don't think either game ripped each other off, but I think they just ended up being a little too similar for their own good.
Oh.
It was unfortunate.
When
I love seeing Swift get off the couch and then jump back up.
I pressed W.
It's just so funny because like on the camera you just leap up and come into frame pretty much. It's really funny. But yeah, I don't know. I'm upset about Hyenas. I am going to play the finals because it seems incredibly cool. But I will forever miss Hyenas. It was such a cool like opportunity for a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that about
Oh,
wraps up our
goodness.
time, though. Yeah. I mean, rest in peace to hyenas. I'm definitely going to play this finals playtest because I want to see how it goes. But, yeah, we're about out of time, so ready to wrap up?
Yeah, that's fun.
All right. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the little TwitchCon debrief. If you went, tell us how your trip was in the comments. I'm curious to know. But other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. We'll be seeing you all in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow the podcast and share it if you're on Spotify, whatever the hell the buttons are on Apple Music, and then listen to it on your Amazon device that I currently can't say because it's sitting right behind me. But yeah, hit the buttons there. We're always transparent about this, but liking, sharing, and I mean following the podcast no matter the platform really does help our analytics. It helps us reach a wider audience, and I mean that's what we want to do. We want to get some more people on here. We want to grow the podcast and get some larger things going on here.
Also,
yes,
Swift, I'm gonna give you a chance to plug anything you want.
Yeah.
Well,
plug your stuff.
I am personally honored. So yeah, I'm Swift, and I'm just an 18-year-old rotting in college. But when I'm not doing that, I'm playing Minecraft competitively, and that's a whole thing. You could check it out on Twitch if you'd like, if it's your thing. I stream it pretty often.
Twitch.tv/NotTooSwift.
I do have another project coming up, but it's not out yet. But all I'm gonna say is coffee. All right, that's all you guys get to know.
He's making a coffee brand.
Yep.
It's gonna be called Top of the Morning.
You get sued by Jacksepticeye.
But it's very cool, and I'm very excited for it.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. And I will say, actually, that reminded me. Well, A, check out Swift on Twitch. Links will be in the description below if you're on YouTube. But B, I want to mention this just before we even get too close to the month, but this December, I'm hosting a month-long charity event for Thirst Project with a bunch of other content creators. Hopefully, I've only got 3 for now, but Thirst Project's helped me reach out to some more. Swift is a part of that, so
that's true.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, if you're content,
I'll help if I have time.
Hell yeah! It's I'll basically give you the rundown real quick. I'm just asking people to stream at least once or twice throughout the month for it if they can.
Oh,
it's basically a sign up for your own dates thing. But if you're a content creator, shoot me a DM on Discord. It's just LuciKOH. I'm looking for more content creators to join, and if you're interested in watching and supporting, I will have a list of streamers coming out in the coming days for that, and especially all throughout December. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a great month, and I've got a lot of special stuff planned, including an actual wheel that I've ordered off of Amazon. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
I'm gonna die.
So yeah, Lucy's on Twitch. He also has a YouTube channel, which we will be uploading. We will be uploading things there, I'm assuming. Yeah.
I have been. Yep. I got a TwitchCon Q&A going up at the end of this week, and I got the TwitchCon vlog going up.
Yeah, I'm editing. I'm
this week, hopefully.
Oh wow!
It's either this week or next week.
So by the time this podcast is out, it'll be up.
Yeah, pretty much. By the time this podcast is up, the TwitchCon Q&A and the TwitchCon vlog will be up. TwitchCon vlog features Swift, Panquix, Reborn, Whirly. The TwitchCon Q&A has Whirly and Reborn in it. It is a great fucking time. TwitchCon Q&A actually also has Billy in it.
All right.
If you don't know who Billy is, it's the Jigsaw puppet. The Jigsaw puppet. Whirly bought a mask.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'll show you guys the picture after this, and this will be in the vlog if you guys want to see it. But I didn't know Whirly had bought the mask. We left the escape room, and I looked in my rearview mirror as I'm driving everybody home, and I see him in the fucking rearview mirror, basically flipping me off. Nice. He's flipping me off with the mask on while I'm in traffic. It was great. However,
going first person, bro.
Yep. However, anyone else got anything?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna. I know I've said this for the 15th billion time. I'll be back streaming again. I'm now on 2 platforms. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, as well.
Both links are in the description for him too. Check him out.
Is it spelled different on each site? Yes, it is, because Twitch is a son of a bitch about usernames.
Yep. Gotta love it.
So.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
everybody's links will be in the description. YouTube, Twitch for all of us. Swift uploads on YouTube. I'm stupid.
Wait, what?
I was about to ask, do you upload on YouTube? And then I remembered, yeah, you do.
I got a big video in the works.
Yes, they do, and I know about this because I was in it. But yeah, all of our links are in the description below, as well as in the description below is a podcast guest form and also a podcast Q&A form. If you guys want to ask us some questions, next episode is the time to do it. It'll be the end of November. But yeah, let's hit that.
Oh, just to add on to that real quick, there's also a Q&A section on Spotify. I don't know if you saw that, Lucy, but they added that feature.
I did not, but ask us some questions there too. We'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you can also use that.
Either way, as always, we hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you all on November 30th for the 41st episode.
Hell yeah. Take it easy, guys.
Have a good one, y'all.